Yeah, today I'd like to speak on racist algorithms and their effect on the black community. Blessings, everybody. Today, I'd like to address my people on an issue. We're now embarking on a new road. This road of high tech and computer automation. Now, my people are really not understanding what's going on as far as automation. I speak to my people a lot. Half of y'all don't even know what the word means. Right now, automation is taking away jobs. Automation is basically computers and robotics and robots taking over jobs with repetitive nature. So if you have a job where you do something repetitively constantly, more than likely your job is going to get phased out. Your job is going to be done by a computer or a robot in the near future. We're talking about in the next 5 years. Now, a lot of y'all may not understand that and may look at that like that's crazy, but it is what's coming. Tollless bridges, them raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour is all bullshit. They're giving you that $15, $20 an hour because they know they're going to take it back in the next 5 to 10 years. It means nothing to them. These people have stock loads of cash. They don't give a damn about you eating. This country really doesn't care about, the people. Social Security is about to be phased out. It's about to get crazy. They're even talking about giving people a payment. And I believe that they've been testing it for years now. The welfare system, Social Security system has been testing it out for years. They've been giving people welfare and Social Security like crazy lately. So they're slowly but surely taking you off that mind state of working to that mind state of just earning a check. The mentality now in the street is, why should I work when welfare pays me? I shouldn't have to work. A lot of people are outraged because of that. And they feel like, oh, well, why are these people not working? It's the system, folks. The system is gearing these people and preparing these people to not work. That's why not working has become the prevalent mentality. They're weaning people, they're programming people to stay at home and collect the check. That's what they're doing. Now, we haven't been really understanding it, so we've been feeling outraged at these people. But understand that that's a form of systematic control and slavery. And now they're talking about giving the whole country a check. Being the fact that everything's going to get automated and they're going to make more money under the automation than they would having you work. So why not pay you to sit at home and let the computers do all the jobs? Which is very dangerous. It's very dangerous because it leads up to that Terminator effect, that Terminator theory where the robots might take over and kill us. 2, when there's no work for man to do, man gets complacent. So what man is going to start doing, man is going to start getting lazy, man is going to start sitting there, especially if you give them free money. Second thing they're going to start doing, they're going to start sitting at home and they're going to start smoking a lot of weed. That's what's happening now. People are starting to smoke a lot of weed, and they know this. They study this, and they prepare you for this. The opioid crisis is out of control because people are going to do drugs when they don't have nothing to do. People are going to find something to do. Mischief will arise. Crime will still be around. Police will be the new inherent job. Those are the jobs that they're not going to phase out. Security, because they're going to need police. A bunch of drug addict zombies are going to be walking about. Apocalyptic scenarios are going to be going around. RoboCop was so real. People are going to be using drugs. People are going to be out there trying to find activities to do. And it's so bad that they're phasing out parks, because if you don't give people an outlet, if they're not working, they need to have an activity to do. But you're taking away the parks from people. It's just it's just so crazy. And not really in the suburbs, but more in the urban areas. But let me get back to my topic at hand. about these racial algorithms. Algorithms are a set of rules that programs follow. It's like a Rubik's Cube. If you want to figure out a Rubik's Cube, there's algorithms. There's steps that you have to take in order to get this red block over to this green side and this green side. There's steps that you have to take. And these are programmable steps. Computers and artificial intelligence functions off of algorithms. But the part that they're not telling you is that they're programming these algorithms with racial intent. Motor vehicles uses these algorithms. Courts uses these algorithms. Police use these algorithms in order to find out high crime areas where the most shootings happen at. What parole uses these algorithms, you know, and it doesn't take much. A simple 1 and 0 could determine whether you're white or black, and whether you get shipped over to this side and you get shipped over to that side, whether you get stopped by the police, whether your license gets suspended. Racial algorithms. They're racially profiling you now with the computers. And people need to be aware of this, because this is very, very, very important. Because see, when they take it out of the hands of the people, now it's like they take the blame off themselves. They just blame it on the computer. Computer glitched. They're quick to say that. Like what they're doing right now with blaming the Russians for all the activities that they're doing. You know, it's sad. Knowledge is power. A lot of our people don't even have the understanding and the knowledge of what's going on. So being that the fact that you're ignorant, they're using your ignorance against you now. These computers are being programmed to attack you. To attack you. Same thing that they're doing with this genetic GMO projects. These GMOs affect white genes differently than they affect black genes, because they're genetic, which means they target genetic material, genetic traits. The way they work is by mapping their way out through genomes. So if you're white, it might target your genes differently than if you were black, which means that it has to find a different route in order to work, or a different mechanism, or it might work in the way that they want it to work because you're black and work differently because you're white. That's why I don't take that flu shot. But that's a whole nother thing. These racial algorithms, like for instance, we all have the Google Assist on the phone. Other day I Googled Akon to find out Akon's net worth. Normally, Siri will come back with a response and read off what it says on Wikipedia and what it says off of Google to me. Bad enough, it didn't even recognize Akon's name no matter how many times I put it in. It came back with it came with a little bit of Akon's information, but it didn't come back with what I wanted. So, I got slick. I sat there and Googled Lady Gaga. Now, for all those in the know, Lady Gaga is Akon's artist. Akon brought Lady Gaga to light. When I Googled Lady Gaga's info, Siri read it off the bat. Automatically popped up, everything about her, everything, even talked about Lady Gaga. And I found that weird, because if you're the artist of this guy here, shouldn't the person who owns you information be out there more than yours? Or at least mention you? It's not the only time. It's happened on numerous occasions with other black people, black ideas, black things. First of all, if you ain't noticed, all startups and all startup capital funding goes to white people. There's not a black person out here who has a startup. Dr. Dre was a sellout. Straight up sellout. He had Beats by Dre and he sold that to Apple. He's a sellout. He's always been a sellout. And all the football owners are white men. Basketball team owners association, pretty much all white men. Black people might own a small percentage, maybe 5-10%, but they're all owned by white folks. All startups, Silicon Valley startups, are owned by white folks. All councils and all benches are owned by white folks. Trump's cabinet is all white folks. Fuck Ben Carson. He's a puppet. If you ain't noticed, all the boards are seated by white folks. All the CEOs are white folks. YouTube will slow down your feed. If you notice, you got trolls that have millions of subscribers, millions of views. White folks. Black people start trolling, they might have a couple 100,000, but it's not comparative to white folks. White folks troll in the millions. Now, some people might say it's because white people are the majority in this country. Statistically, that's starting to wane. So, you know what I mean? That's kind of funny that I noticed that. You know what I mean? Then YouTube will slow your feed down if they don't like your comment. Some people might not notice that, but they might sit there and say, why is it that my YouTube count is not going up? Racial algorithms. The computer knows to slow your feed down. It is what it is now. And as black people, we need to acknowledge this. That we are fighting a system. And that system could be programmed and could be brought down to ones and zeros now. You are fighting an artificial intelligence that surpasses our intelligence. And we need to acknowledge this. Black people, we are really asleep. We are naive to the fact of what's going on. We are naive to the fact that the TV is discrediting us on every way. There's coons on TV right now that no matter what our situation is, they're going to make our situation look bad. And these are black folks that work for the system because they're scared to lose their career. They're scared to be embarrassed and go back to the hood broke. I was spoken of in Moses during the time of Pharaoh. That was one of the strategies that Pharaoh used against the Israelites. Make them poor. Make their women go against them. It's right there in the Bible, plain as day. Quran, plain as day. These are tactics that have already been used before. So it's not like they don't know. First of all that Egyptians are black folks. Egyptians are not black folks. Egyptians are the original children of Ham. Arabians are the original children of Ham. Hamas. It's in their names. Ahmed. It's in their names. Ham. Hammurabi. Ham. Even on the walls of the Egyptians, it denoted that. The Nubian man was black. The Egyptians were brown. That goes back to the time of Isaac. Baby mama drama. The hate. In the Bible, they call them your enemies. Esau married the Edomites. Hannah and Anna and all of them. They hated you because of birthrights. Because you were the children of Shem. But that's a whole other thing. But understand, you're being systematically eradicated. And now they're programming these computers to come after you. And if you're not aware of this trap that they're setting for, if you're not ready to leave America and move back to Africa, Project Moses, we need to leave this. We need to leave this. We need to set up networks in Africa. We need to get back to Africa badly. We living in this Hitler regime called America. You know what I mean? Bad enough people are not telling you that Operation High Jump was them losing the war to Hitler down in Antarctica. We need to get out of this country. These people are systematically eradicating us. They're trying to do it with a nice smile, and they got these boule black people on TV. That's part of this Illuminati. These coons that Willie D be talking about, these coons that are throwing us underneath the bus because of embarrassment. And it's all psychological. You just have to step out of the realm of that mentality to see what's going on. Black folks, wake up. Understand what's going on. You are being eradicated.